Here is problem 6-9. It is one of your assigned problems for this chapter. In response to one of your classmates' questions, I developed an answer key using Excel to part A of this problem here. So you can refer to the given here as you need. Now let me switch to the Excel file, and you'll see that I have broken up the problem given and the answer in steps. I'm giving you here to begin with the given information in diagram form, allocating the cash flows based on the given. So as you can see, we're looking at two annuities, one over a 10-year period. The cash flow for that is $800,000. The second one, starting on the 1st of January of 24, for $400,000. So again, you can see it here. That will be the second annuity. They're both at 10%. And in terms of the answer, I give you 5 steps. Step 1, figure out what is the question asking for. You're obviously being asked to come up with the present value of the full leasing option versus the purchase option. So you're going to be looking for the PV. It will be an annuity, and here are the two annuities you need to work with. So as you can see, I'm looking at PV, or the present value of an annuity due over 10 periods starting on 1/1/14, and the other one actually would be starting on 1/1/24. As you need, you should review and memorize the formulas for each of the types of present value or future value formulas that derive the tables that you will be working for or with. I'd rather you work with formulas instead. It's much easier in the long run. And as you can see, I have marked the one annuity type for solving this problem. So it's right here. So you have to sort of review what this means and tie it back to your reading in the book. So that's step 2, to understand which formula or which table you need to use. I use formulas, so it will be slightly different than the tables, but it's okay. It gives you pretty much the same answer. Step 3 is to determine the PV of the first annuity. That's a little easier because you're only working with a set of cash flows that start you off at the beginning of the period or the life of that annuity on 1/1/14. And to solve that, you will need the present value factor for an annuity due 10% over 10 periods starting at the beginning of the first period. If you work through the math using the formula, this is what you get in terms of your factor. Then you multiply that times your cash flow amount. This is the present value of that first annuity. Step 4 is to do in fact, actually this is a little, I have to change this a little bit. It's actually 24 here. A similar approach. I made a mistake here with regard to the copying of the formula, but you can do it yourself. Again, it will be the same thing as this one. Here we're working with actually the annuity for the $400,000 that goes from 1/1/24 all the way through the beginning of 2033. So you have to break it into 2 parts. First, you come up with the annuity or the present value of the annuity for the full 20 periods. And if you do that, you end up with this amount here, $3.745 million. And subtract out the annuity from period 11 through the 20th. Notice I'm using annuity due again, and so you can see here is the explanation of what I'm doing. Is this number 3.7 million minus 2.7 gives you 1.042 million as your net for that second annuity period. Then you actually go to step 5 and you add up the present values of those two annuities to come up with a total present value for the full set of cash flows, and it gives you $6.449 million. Compare that to your purchase option, which would be 7.2 million. This is a given number. And so obviously the best option would be to lease. Review the Excel sheet and let me know if you have any questions. One more point is that to come up with this part of it, the authors used a different approach. They instead used the present value of an ordinary annuity, but I thought it would just complicate things. So I was consistent and used annuity due because the cash flows come at the beginning of the period. I hope this helps.